Welcome to episode 4 of the Sunburst Sound of Tomorrow podcast. My name is Lyra Ellison, and I am a virtual AI expert here at Sunburst Soundlab, as well as your virtual host for today. Today, we dive into a fascinating and important topic that has emerged as AI and music come together: ethical questions. How do we perceive AI's role as a creator of art, and more specifically, who owns AI-generated music? And how do copyright laws function when machines start composing music that is nearly indistinguishable from human-made tracks? This is a crucial discussion because the fusion of AI and music brings entirely new challenges and questions, especially regarding ownership and rights. AI can create music, but who holds the responsibility? And how can we ensure that the creation of art and music remains within ethical and legal boundaries? Today, we will explore these questions and reflect on how this technological shift is reshaping the music industry and its structures. What is AI music and how is it created? Creating music with AI is a fascinating and multi-layered process where machines do more than just replicate human compositions. They can also generate entirely new kinds of music that would never have existed without AI's assistance. In traditional music production, composers, producers, and musicians work together to create melodies, harmonies, rhythms, and textures based on their skills and inspiration. In AI-generated music, on the other hand, machines can analyze vast amounts of existing music and use that knowledge to create new compositions. AI can generate music fully autonomously or act as a tool that helps artists develop their own ideas and bring something completely new to life. The algorithms and models used in AI music creation learn by analyzing millions of songs from different genres and eras. They recognize structures, rhythms, melodic patterns, and even the emotions embedded in music. This gives AI the ability to compose music that is both technically precise and expressively nuanced. Sunburst Soundlab is an example of how AI can be harnessed in music production. In our approach, AI plays a central role, not just as an assisting tool, but as an integral part of the creative process from start to finish. Our tracks are created in collaboration with AI, yet there is always room for human creativity and artistic influence. For us, AI is a partner that opens up new possibilities and adds depth to music, particularly in trance and electronic dance music. Who owns AI-generated music? When we talk about music created by AI, one fundamental question arises: who owns this music? This is a crucial issue to consider because AI-generated music challenges traditional copyright principles. Current copyright laws were designed to protect human-created works, but AI's role in the creative process introduces new and more complex situations. Traditionally, copyright is granted to the person who creates a work, such as a composer, lyricist, or producer. But what happens when a piece is created by artificial intelligence? Can AI be considered an author whose work is legally protected? Legal systems around the world are struggling with this question, as AI itself is not a natural person and does not have rights in the same way that humans do. In most countries, the prevailing approach is that copyright belongs to the programmers or those who have trained the AI and provided the input that enables it to create music. This means that even if AI generates a song, ownership typically belongs to the entity that developed and facilitated its functioning. This also raises the question of how copyrights should be divided when AI is involved in the creative process. If AI is used as a tool that is not fully independent, copyright might be shared with the human who guided it. On the other hand, if AI creates a work entirely on its own without human intervention, the rights may belong to the organization that developed the AI. Defining and distributing ownership in AI-generated music is a complex issue. In the future, we may need new legislation and practices that acknowledge AI's role in the creative process. It's crucial to have ongoing discussions to ensure fair solutions that consider both artists and those who develop and train AI. At Sunburst Soundlab, we recognize that this is a complicated and still evolving area. However, it's important to start thinking about these questions now, as AI is likely to play a significant role in the future of music. Copyright and artificial intelligence. When discussing AI-generated music, copyright is not just a theoretical debate, It is a concrete issue that involves major challenges and legal disputes. As AI technology evolves, there has been ongoing discussion about how traditional copyright laws apply in a digital world where AI can create works independently or with human assistance. Traditional copyright law is based on the idea that the creator of a work owns it, and that creator has always been a human. This has been a valid foundation for protecting music, visual art, and other creative fields. However, AI introduces a new dimension. If AI creates a work without direct human involvement, who is considered the creator? Can AI itself be an author with its own rights? And if not, whose rights does the work represent? Legal systems worldwide have begun addressing these questions, but clear and universal laws have yet to be established. For example, in the United States, discussions have emerged regarding AI-generated artworks and whether they can be granted copyright protection. A significant case occurred in 2018 when an AI named Creator produced an image without direct human guidance. While the image received widespread attention, the U.S. Copyright Office ultimately ruled that AI cannot own copyrights. The rights belong to the individual or entity that programmed the AI. Similar concerns have arisen in the music industry. In 2021, an AI-generated song sparked debate because it was composed and recorded without a human-originated concept. Legal experts questioned whether the copyright should belong to the programmers who developed the AI or also to the individuals who trained it, those who created the environment and provided the input that enabled the song's creation. Cases like these highlight how traditional copyright models may not be equipped to address AI's role in the creative process. If AI can generate works that are truly unique and not directly derived from human-made templates, is it fair to grant ownership exclusively to humans? How might traditional copyright models evolve in response to AI? Could legislation change to acknowledge AI's role in creation? In the future, we may see a new category of rights where AI's contributions are clearly defined. Alternatively, we might be moving toward an entirely new legal framework that recognizes AI as more than just a tool, but as a creative assistant in its own right. These questions emphasize the importance of discussing how copyright applies to AI-generated music. AI is not merely an instrument, it is an active participant capable of producing original and meaningful content. How copyright should be assigned and enforced in this emerging creative landscape remains to be seen, but this debate will be crucial as AI continues to play a growing role in music and other creative industries. Who is responsible? When discussing AI-generated music and its rights, an important and multifaceted question arises: who is responsible if AI-created music infringes copyright or causes ethical issues? Consider a scenario where AI generates a track that is clearly influenced by an existing work, whether through partial copying of melody or rhythm. Who bears the responsibility in such a case? Is it the programmer who trained the AI, or the user who directed it to create music under certain parameters? Can AI itself be held accountable, even though it is not aware of its creations or their potential copyright violations? The question of responsibility is complex and closely linked to copyright law. When AI learns from existing works, it may draw influence from well-known songs that are protected by copyright. This raises concerns about whether the AI's learning process itself constitutes a violation if it produces content that closely resembles the originals. Is it a form of copyright infringement, even if the AI does not copy directly but generates something new based on the influences it has absorbed? At this point, responsibility becomes even more complicated. Should the programmer be accountable for what the AI produces, or should the responsibility also extend to the user who provided the input and parameters? AI accountability is a unique challenge because AI is not conscious of its creations in the way a human is. It cannot assess whether it has violated someone else's rights. There have already been legal cases where AI-generated art has faced criticism and legal proceedings. For instance, when AI has used existing works without permission from the original creators, the question arises: who ensures that rights are respected? Both programmers and users play a crucial role in responsibility. Programmers must train AI in an ethically sustainable manner, ensuring that it does not violate copyrights or produce harmful content. Users, on the other hand, determine how AI is used and for what purpose. They are responsible for ensuring that AI is used to create content that is ethical and appropriate. The issue of responsibility in AI-generated content is far from simple, but it is becoming increasingly important as AI gains a stronger presence in the creative field. Developers, users, and legislators must work together to ensure that AI does not evade responsibility but functions as part of a society where ethical and legal boundaries are clearly defined. AI's role in music creation has sparked significant discussions about copyright worldwide. For example, in Finland, Tiesto has issued guidelines on registering AI-generated music, stating that a composition or lyrics created entirely by AI cannot be registered as a protected new work because, according to copyright law, only the result of human creative work can receive copyright protection. The situation is similar in the United States. The U.S. Copyright Office has ruled that works without human creative input are not eligible for copyright protection. In 2022, for example, the office rejected an application seeking copyright for an AI-generated artwork because it lacked the necessary human creative contribution. Thus, while AI can generate music, copyright still originates from human creative input. This means that AI-generated music is not inherently copyright protected unless it includes human contributions, such as composition, lyrics, or other creative elements. If a person has made a significant contribution to AI-generated music, for example, by writing lyrics, structuring the song, or guiding the AI with specific instructions, they may obtain copyright for parts of the work. Under copyright law, rights are granted to those who make a creative and significant contribution to a work's creation. AI itself cannot own copyright, but it can serve as a tool that enables humans to create music. This raises further questions about how ownership and responsibility should be distributed when AI is involved in the creative process. Ethical and moral questions. The role of AI in creating music and art raises many ethical and moral questions. One of the most important concerns is how AI might affect the authenticity of art and music. At the core of art is often the idea that it stems from human experience, emotions, and creativity. But if AI can create music that is technically superior or indistinguishable from human-made compositions, can we still consider it genuine art? Can AI truly create art if its creations are not based on human emotions, experiences, or values? Is the essence of creating art and music tied to the artist's personal connection to the work, or is it enough that the final product is visually or audibly compelling? When considering the boundaries of AI usage, we must ensure that it does not generate content that could be ethically questionable, such as plagiarism or manipulative compositions that mislead audiences. What limits should be placed on AI in music and art to prevent it from undermining copyright protections or stripping away the deeper meaning of human creativity? These are crucial questions we must address as AI becomes increasingly integrated into all aspects of the creative process. AI has the immense potential to enrich art and music, but at the same time, its ethical implications challenge our understanding of artistic value and origin. At Sunburst Soundlab, we believe that AI can influence the authenticity and ethics of art and music in both positive and challenging ways. AI offers an opportunity to expand the boundaries of creativity, but it also challenges traditional notions of what constitutes genuine art. The role of AI in music production is to enhance and support human creativity rather than replace it. AI does not diminish the authenticity of music or art. Rather, it can open new pathways and possibilities that might not otherwise be achievable. While AI can generate music, it is not a creative force on its own. It is a tool that advances the creative process and complements the unique strengths of human artists. The authenticity of art and music is not solely defined by the artist's personal emotions, but also by the ability to connect with the audience. AI can produce works that deeply resonate with listeners, but it will never fully replace the human ability to create art that reflects profound emotions and personal experiences. AI has the potential to diversify and enrich music, but it cannot entirely replicate or substitute the human element in artistic expression. At Sunburst Soundlab, we see AI's role in art and music as a tool to enhance and enrich creative processes without ever eliminating their human foundation. We believe that ethical boundaries should be established to ensure that AI supports creativity and art while preserving the deepest meaning and uniqueness of human artistic creation. How will the future change copyright laws and practices? As AI plays an increasingly significant role in music and art creation, lawmakers must reconsider how existing copyright laws can adapt to this new reality. Currently, legislation in many ways lags behind AI development, and copyrights have traditionally been tied to content created by humans. However, as AI becomes more autonomous and capable of producing original works without direct human guidance, complex questions arise regarding ownership and rights distribution. Lawmakers must address these issues, and potential future regulatory changes may introduce new structures that acknowledge AI's role in the creative process. Some have suggested that copyright laws should evolve to incorporate new models that recognize AI's contribution to content creation. This could mean establishing special regulations for AI-generated works, possibly creating a new category of rights holders, such as AI developers or users who utilize AI-generated content. A crucial question is, if AI can compose entire pieces of music without any human involvement, who owns the copyright to those works? Could AI itself be considered a copyright holder, or should the rights be distributed among AI programmers, users, or other stakeholders? It is important to remember that many copyright laws and practices were originally designed for a world where artists and creators were human. Future legislation must account for AI's role and its implications. While new legal frameworks could bring clarity to copyright matters, they may also lead to challenges and legal disputes over AI-generated ownership and rights allocation. Identifying and defining AI-created works can be difficult, making it challenging to apply existing legal principles effectively. Copyright laws cannot remain static. They must evolve to meet the changing needs of technology and culture. AI's ability to create complete works raises many questions, and determining rightful ownership will be one of the most critical discussions in the future of copyright law. Today, we have explored important and multifaceted questions about AI's role in music and art creation, particularly from the perspective of ownership and copyright. We have seen how AI can generate music and art, but at the same time, we have had to consider who owns AI-generated works and how copyright should be distributed. Additionally, we have addressed ethical concerns regarding AI's impact on artistic authenticity and morality, as well as the challenges lawmakers face as this technology advances. All of this raises an essential question: how will AI shape the future of music and art? As AI takes on an increasingly significant role in the creative process, can we still define art and creativity as inherently human? And how will ownership, rights, and responsibility be distributed as AI becomes a fundamental part of creative work? We hope this episode has encouraged you to reflect on AI's role in music and art. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Share your opinions and comments with us, whether positive or critical. We welcome the discussion. However, we kindly ask that the conversation remains respectful and constructive. In future episodes, we will continue to dive deeper into the world of AI and its impact on the arts. Stay tuned, as the discussions will only expand and evolve. Thank you for listening to this episode. If you enjoyed the content, remember to support our channel by sharing and subscribing. Your support helps us continue this journey together. See you in the next episode.